back, folks. That's right. Darkness with a ginger hue. I'm your boy, Sir Tokes, as it says, your girl's fave podcaster. And I
Shut,
can't
shut, 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 shut,
do
shut.
this without the man, the
Yeah, yeah,
real
yeah, yeah.
Prime Minister, Slang
Sinister.
You.
You get the gas face. Prime
We,
Minister. Sinister. Yeah.
we are
What's
back.
happening? What's happening? Am I sounding too loud?
No, you're sounding perfect. We
Okay,
need that energy.
I'm peeking over here. I don't know.
It's cold.
It's peekaboo. Oh, don't tell me that when I'm coming out there.
No. When you're coming, it was cold. It was like we had a deep freeze for a week.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Minus,
But here it's supposed to be like going up to a plus next week. Couple days.
I think
Here
+3.
too.
I heard.
Yeah, here it's supposed to be plus
Like,
3, but snow.
wow. It's like, what's going on?
They know I'm on my way, baby. That's what it is, baby.
Maybe
The
you'll
Prime
stay a bit
Minister,
longer.
man.
Maybe you stay a little longer. You never know.
Get me a job. I might just.
Hey, I got you. I got you. So how you been there, Sly? How you been?
Can't too complain as usual. I can vent, but never complain. I'm living. I know, like, probably since the last time we did this show, I know 2 gentlemen that have lost their lives, or one took his own and one got murdered. So,
Wow.
you gotta, whoever you pray to or thank for the breath that you got, buddy, that's what you better be doing.
I have to say the same thing. I had a friend who just passed away from stage 4 throat cancer.
Oh boy.
I played football with him. So I mean, you're right. You gotta count your blessings, hug your family members and all that.
Yeah.
Just pray to whoever you want and thank them for you being here the next day. So
this shit is short. Make it memorable, man.
Most definitely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
so
we don't.
What you been saying, man?
No, I have a new job that I've been kicking around, man.
Again, a newer one than the last time.
Well, let me see. The last time, what was I doing? I was doing the women's thing. Yeah, I moved on from that.
Okay,
I'm there casual, but now I'm a community manager. A community manager. Think of this is for supported living. So basically, I am like a district manager for multiple homes in the city.
Okay,
make sure they're run properly.
That's dope.
I am loving the job. From the day I did the interview, man, I'm like, the vibe was nice. I'm like, yo, this is what I was meant to do. And people are enjoying my energy, both myself, the CEO and myself. We talk on a regular basis, right? District manager, it's just a vibe. I have a nice office, bro. My own office. I'm like,
man, moving on up like the Jeffersons, man.
Company cell phone on one side, company laptop on the other. They pay for my mileage. I mean, man, I can hook you up.
Hey. A man is looking for some more bread. That's what I'm looking for.
Just saying, it's possible.
Uses somebody now.
Put it in a good word. Now, technically, I've already got a job already there. So I mean, like they trust in who I bring in, and my name means something now. When you say, "Hey, I got somebody," oh really? Oh, who? And then they listen, and if they are credible, then boom, I'll get that job. So I congratulate anybody who comes my way for sure.
It's definitely something we'll definitely talk about this some more for sure.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the vibe is great. I had a bit of a financial hiccup because of changing paydays and whatnot. That, but money's just money. Money's just money. It doesn't kill the vibe.
It's a tool.
Yeah, money's just money. And with that vibe, I now started working out again.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
dope.
When the vibe is vibing, everything is just
vibe along.
Yeah, just keep on going. Just ride it out. So again, it's a good feeling. Definitely a good feeling to not stress about work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you have the regular stresses, but stressing about work. Like, you don't want to go into work.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I'm listening to music, singing along. Phil Collins, Rod Stewart, Stevie Wonder. I'm singing everything in the car. I'm like, before I would just going to work. No sound, just
Yeah.
It's like, why am I?
Quiet your mind before the chaos
Yeah,
begins.
man, I can't do that no more. I gotta enjoy it. So I'm enjoying it right now. I'm
That's dope.
enjoying it. So
That's very
happy
good.
about that.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Let's get into some topics now. There's a lot
Yes,
of things
sir.
that have been going on, from
Yes, sir.
sports to entertainment to
Mhm.
you name it. So I'm wearing this stuff on purpose, man. See, I'm wearing
Mhm.
a Jets jersey and a Raptors hat on purpose because we
Okay.
just had the Four Nations Cup, which is the NHL, folks,
Right.
hockey.
Right.
And the biggest game on the planet was not even the final. It was Canada versus the USA.
Mhm. Right off the top. They're supposed to play again too, actually.
Bro, I didn't even watch the game, but when I heard the world was talking about this, like
Right off the top.
first person was talking about it, from Rich Eisen to PK and Subban, and yo, these guys are talking about it. The
Mhm.
14 seconds, you had 3 fights. 3 fights.
Yep.
And people are saying, yo, when it comes to hockey, these guys bring the show. Always bring the show.
Mhm.
Whether it's their club team or their national team or their actual, countrymen. They come to play. They don't care if you're on the same team.
Yeah.
If they're playing for Canada, I'm gonna knock your teeth out. Remember when Kobe did that?
Yeah.
We did that to freaking Pals. So he told those guys,
It's a
yo, I'm gonna
game.
knock this motherfucker out.
Yeah. Let me take him.
Boom. And he did
Yeah.
it. And he says, yo,
Yeah.
you guys are teammates, yo. Listen up, man. When it comes to ball, I'm here to win.
Anything goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
right
sports.
now, hockey was showing the world, hey, this is it, man. This is how you do it. And they put on a good show.
Yeah.
They put on a good show.
Like, and my only pushback, which you kind of touched on, so it's not even a great pushback, is well, I have two. Actually. Now I'm thinking about it. One, it was they're playing for their country, and it's different. Like, even because PK's comments, which I just saw earlier today, his comments were like, the NBA guys need to have passion for what they do, and nothing he said in that thing was wrong. I
Nothing.
can't disagree with anything he said, except those guys play when it's the Olympics. So when they're playing for their countries, they play. It's the league play that they don't really care about until playoff time, and that is definitely a problem. But I will give they do play. If we're going to compare it to the Four Nations, when you're playing for your country, it's a different story. Which is why I think, which I don't know if we're going to get into this later, or maybe we do go right to there now. Why I think they should do USA versus the world in the All-Star games.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Just do it that way and done, at least for the nenext few years, while the playing field is becoming leveled. Because I think that's the only way. It's either you do, because the only real competition we saw, even though the world technically it was the world versus USA in this last iteration of the All-Star game. You're only going to see the guys play hard if it's the OGs versus the young guys, because they don't want to get embarrassed, or it's USA versus the world, because men are now playing for their the problem is the USA is playing for their country, but are the world guys gonna play for the world? Like, do they feel that same? Because it's different if I'm the only Canadian, like Shay, I'm the only Canadian playing on this squad. I'm not. It's the pride isn't the same, but hopefully it is. Hopefully, because the USA guys step it up, the world guys want to step it up too.
I think even better, instead of having the world, because I know there are, how many Canadians are in the league right now?
It's quite a bit.
We'll go 5 to 10.
No, I would say 15 to 20.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
What I was thinking is, I don't know if they were going to. They just go 3-on-3. They just do 3-on-3 tournaments.
Yeah,
man.
the problem, and I'm not against that. I'm not. I actually think that's a very good idea. But I guess my only problem is All-Star is supposed to be a simulation of the real game that they play, except now it's like it's supposed to be fantasy. I'm supposed to be
True.
it's
Dream
create
match.
my team
Yeah.
type vibes.
Yeah.
Now we finally, it's the only time, or besides Olympics again, that we get to see Steph and LeBron play. You know what I'm saying? It's the only time. All-Star's the only time you're gonna say Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin play, or even play against each other for one more time if they're on different conferences and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's why the NFL Pro Bowl sucks, because they can't really simulate the game.
That's true.
Nor do they want to.
Now, I think when it comes to, we'll talk about the All-Star games. The one is the worst one is the Pro Bowl. NFL doesn't do it very well.
But I understand it though. That's tough.
I don't think you can do like, unless you're doing mid-break, like give them a break in the middle of the
end
season,
of the year, or you middle. Even then, I think that's worse, man.
No. What I'm saying, like the middle of the year break would be great.
Like take off 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the same amount of games. It's just going to go longer. You have your Super Bowl in February anyway, so it's not like you're gonna, and if you find a dome spot or whatever. Again, you can find a way to get it done. All I'm saying, they have to have some type of mid-season break to A, rest their players, B, entertain the crowds with something different. A flag football is fine, but it doesn't matter
I think that's the best option they got almost.
When it's at the end of the year, no one's really going to play for anything.
And most of the real stars aren't there anyway.
Exactly. And some of them are even playing in the big game anyways.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know what I mean?
The only thing with football is, which hockey kind of has the same thing, but because it's a different game, you could get away with it. The thing with football is the injury potential is so high.
So is hockey.
So, yeah, but hockey almost hockey's like the in-betweener for me between basketball and football in terms of style. Hockey, the style of hockey, you can still get away with not playing full force, and it still looks like a competitive game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. You can half-ass it, but still be a factor in that game.
Yeah. And that's the only, like, we bring it back to the NBA All-Star game. That's the only issue, is that these guys don't try at all. Like, we'd be cool if they tried in the second half even, but it's literally a layup line, and we don't want that no more.
And that's why they say one of the greatest All-Star games is one with Iverson and the squad was saying, yo, we're not losing this, and the other team was like, yo, we're not losing this, and you saw a game right down to the last shot, bro.
Yes,
and I remember that All-Star.
That's the last best All-Star.
Starberry and them, those
with
guys
the side view. Do you remember the side camera view?
Yeah, the side
that was fire.
I'm like, what the heck? Vince and them were like, okay. I'm like,
that was fire.
I'm like, that was competitive. That was competitive freaking nature. But now it's like I don't try to watch the All-Star games of any sports because it's pointless now. But then you have guys who are fans who are waiting to see their players play, and then a man like LeBron says, you know what, last minute, I'm not going to play, bro.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like.
How do you do that? You're supposed to be the legend, the leader of the league, and you're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to play.
I don't like that.
They're taking advantage of the media. They're taking advantage of society with that. Come on, man.
And I'm a LeBron. I'm a LeBron guy, and I don't like it.
That was bad, man.
But the only thing I don't like also is that he's the only one being singled out, but he's the face of the league, so I understand.
Again, that's the thing. You're the face of the league, and you bow out hours before tip off. That's not a cool thing, man. That stings. And people.
My real problem with it is that he's not allowing somebody else to take his place.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not the not playing for me. It's come on, bro. Come on. You're gonna be in the All-Star game as long as you play. Like,
you are. You are.
Yeah. So our next man should have got that seat, bro, if you weren't gonna do it. Especially when this format is changing and they're testing something new.
And here's the thing. It gives a person to shine, man.
Yeah.
So what? You're not going to play. Okay. Let the next man up and do his thing. This guy could get a new contract because of how he played with these folks, or a trade could be made, or offer could be made for these guys because they connect or click. That's
so
how
much
these things happen.
happen.
Man's like KG and all those guys, because they were playing together in pickup games and all that stuff. They start feeling like, yo, we can play together. Let's have fun. Boom, you have a big three.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you're just being greedy, man. You're just being greedy.
Yeah,
and
I didn't like that.
Like what everybody says, that people don't even watch the sport. People don't watch the All-Star game anymore.
No.
And you can tell the level of competition or even effort is lacking in these things, bro.
Did you see?
Don't tell me how Wemby. Don't talk about Wemby and JP, bro. I don't know how you think you're going to be that, and he's a rookie though, bro. And this guy says, "Yo, I'm just gonna do this." Just nah, man.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Because there is the theory: if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So I give him respect for trying to cheat or trying to skirt the rule, but the problem for me is that it's just a symbol of what is wrong with NBA All-Star Weekend, which used to be an event, dog. This All-Star Weekend was like, I wouldn't say as big, but it was up there for something for a weekend. It was up there for like Super Bowl weekend.
What?
Like a sports weekend, it was those two things.
Here's the thing. It wasn't even that big in terms of the events. You had the 3-point, you have a dunk off. Those two things you had, and it took over the whole weekend.
Yeah, we were good.
I'm like, yeah. Now all of a sudden you throw in the skills competition.
Yeah,
then you
which
have
I
challenges.
like.
I get it, but
yeah,
I mean, okay. Then you have the NBA versus WNBA challenge with the shooters and whatnot. Sometimes I'm like, I mean, okay.
They're trying to get the WNBA on at that point. Yeah.
Exactly. But now you're just dragging it out. Now you're trying to find something to fill in this time and make people entertained. And it's not. People are going to the washroom or people are doing something else. Let me know when this guy's up. That's it's not entertaining anymore. It's not. Now, if you watched the NHL All-Star Weekend, that isn't entertaining.
I haven't taken that in years.
Bro, you need to it's entertaining because there's still competition. Like they have a race, bro. A race.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
They have race.
Start shooting.
Hardest shot.
They still do that?
Yeah, hardest shot, breakaway. And some of these guys, they you know how when it was who was it that changed jerseys? Oh, who was it? The changed jerseys in the dunk off. Oh shoot, I forget it was, but someone took off. I think it was on Atlanta. I think it was Josh. Was it Josh?
Oh, when they have another jersey underneath?
Yeah.
They're paying homage to the old guys?
Yeah, so some of these NHL guys are doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
They're playing like some of them had. I remember when PK came out with a freaking and a goofy sunglasses, and they made it fun, but they were still taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying? NBA.
I had another point to this thing, and I know most people are not gonna relate to this, but on that level, okay, we're talking money now. On the level of money that sports athletes are making,
right?
NHL is on the lower level.
100%.
I say that to say it is harder to go for a 5K run when you have to pass a Porsche in the driveway. So the NBA guys, the NFL guys are making all the bread.
Yeah.
They're fat and lazy. Let's just put it that way. I'm not even saying they are, because it still takes a lot to get to these leagues.
True.
But compared to
level.
In the elite level, they are the fat and lazy dudes. Compared to guys in the NHL, maybe even baseball players. I don't know how All-Star Weekend is going for baseball, but I'm sure it's more competitive just by the style of the sport.
More skill.
Style of the sport. Yeah, it's more skill oriented. So the effort doesn't have to be there as much to make it a game. I find baseball boring anyway, so it doesn't matter. Either way, it's going to be boring to me. There's probably more home runs during the All-Star because they're not pitching as hard and blah, blah, blah.
True.
But that's what people want to see.
Correct.
People want to see the dunks in the All-Star game NBA. They just don't want to see them when everybody ole out the way.
Yeah.
People want to see scoring in an NHL All-Star game. They just don't want to see them pull the goalie before the goalie's actually pulled.
Yeah.
They just want to see some form of effort on both ends of the floor or both ends of the ice or both ends of the field. That's all we're talking about. But speaking of field,
segue
man.
I missed that one.
I'm assuming, knowing you, that you watched the Super Bowl.
I did. Now, granted, I didn't want to.
Oh, yeah? What, none of your teams are in it?
Not even that. It's just there was too much of the talk of that was not football. Yeah, too much talk of things surrounding football and not the game itself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, I want to see the game because, again, I was looking for a competitive game, and I saw it, and I saw a blowout. I'm like, this is what the team? This is the team that's supposed to be killing? Nah, the three-peat?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. No. Come on. So I almost thought it was them taking a dive. You know what? We don't have to win it this year because everybody thought we're going to get it. So we'll just win it next year type of thing. Like, you know what? But yeah.
I'd agree with you, but the Eagles were the better team.
Oh, 100%. And I said that.
By far.
I said that after the fact. I said, you know what? They played to win the game. They actually played.
And remember, they had them beat a couple years ago.
Yes,
and
they did.
And flopped.
Yes.
So I think they learned from that as well.
That's correct. So kudos to the Eagles, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, all those guys. They put on a good show.
Philly fans.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about the Philly fans burning up their city after they won, bro?
White folks.
I'm like, what? It reminds me of when I think it was Vancouver. They did the exact same thing when they lost on the playoffs.
White folks.
It's like, man, you just won the Super Bowl and you're gonna burn down your place? You're gonna put cop cars on fire? Come on, guys.
White folks. I've been telling people about this white on white crime shit, bro. I've been telling y'all, man. It's getting out of hand, folks. It's getting out of hand. We're gonna have to start putting you in projects. What's going on?
I mean, that was crazy.
It's getting out of hand, people. Come on, man. Calm down. You won something. Was it the first time but it's not like they didn't even have a drought. It's no drought.
No, they still have competitive. They still have competitive teams in that state.
And didn't Philly win it in 2000? Like
they did win it. They've won it in the last 10 years. Let's just say that they've won it in the last 10 years.
Relax,
same with their football. I mean, same with the baseball squad too.
Yeah, calm down, Kevin Hart. Come on, fellas. Relax, Rocky. Easy there, buddy. Come on.
Sometimes it's better to be a sore loser than to be a sore winner. Those guys, they went to town on their town. I'm like, man, come on.
Town on their town is crazy.
It just doesn't make sense. You won. All right. Don't burn out your city.
The city lost.
A name for yourself.
The city loses.
Yes, pretty much. The city is reaping it.
I didn't really watch the game. I caught maybe a couple plays here. Once it was a blowout, I was blown out. But I did catch the halftime show that everybody's talking about.
I really can't really. I mean,
you gotta,
as much as I want to get jiggy with it. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm Canadian, damn it.
Calm, relax. Hey, Jake, calm down. Relax. You gotta relax.
What did you think of it? What did you think? Okay. Mm-hmm. And people are gonna like hate on it, but I thought it was masterfully done on an artistic level.
Yeah.
But like he said it himself. He said, you put the wrong person in this spotlight right now. I'm gonna teach you something
Okay.
real quick.
Elaborate.
Teach you something.
Elaborate.
Listen. He said 40 acres and a mule, bro. That's when it started. Yeah. You remember that lyric?
Pretty much.
Do you know what happened when he said that? Stock prices for 40 acres and a mule blew up.
Yeah.
He gave, and he said, hey, influence, that's all. That's what it is. He said it's all influence. You say something and it's magical on TV. Yay, they said our name. Pew!
Yeah.
You just made that company rich just because. And he probably had an agreement with them to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the symbolism was all that I was looking at. I mean, from Samuel L. Jackson being Uncle
my favorite
Sam,
part of the whole thing. Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
A black man in the Uncle Sam suit, pretty much portraying his Django Unchained character. People didn't take it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, guys. You're not seeing what they're doing on purpose. They're fighting the whole media. They're fighting everybody. And let's just be real. This had nothing to do with Drake.
Most of it didn't.
Nothing to do with Drake.
Yeah.
The reason why he sang the song that he sang that he wasn't supposed to sing is because he said he wasn't supposed to sing it.
Yeah, and it's his biggest song to date.
And then everybody,
it's the biggest song of the year.
I went on Facebook and said, "This is the worst. This is the worst Super Bowl ever. I can't believe it." Now you know what people were talking about it, but I'm just saying. But
okay, this is where let me jump in here.
Everybody was saying this was the worst one.
A lot of people were saying that at first. A lot of people.
Then I'm like, okay, I wonder why.
Yeah,
because there's been worse than that.
Yes,
there's been worse than that. So
yes,
go ahead, chime in so we can break right here.
I'm going to speak to exactly where you just left off. For me, let me speak for myself, and I know a lot of people who didn't like it. First of all, let me say I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yes, you did tell me that.
The more I watched it, though, the more I liked it. I still didn't love it, and I'll explain why. Okay, before I say that, a lot of people who didn't like it, I know the idea is that they didn't get what they saw, they didn't understand it, or it wasn't for them, or he's who you're talking about, and all these condescending remarks towards people's opinion. And I could agree with that for some of the people that didn't like it. Yeah, right? For some that didn't like it, I could agree with that. It's definitely not the worst ever. I won't agree with that. I just didn't feel it was Super Bowl-esque. And I didn't, which is part of the point, and I totally understand that. Doesn't change how I feel. I didn't feel like it was a Super Bowl show. Like, it wasn't big, but that was part of its point. I've also seen Kendrick do performances on smaller stages that were more grandiose, more everything, like more of the pyrotechnics, more of the dancers, more of the theatrics, just to cover that. More. And that was when it was done, I was like, oh, is it done? And they're like, yeah. It's like, oh, okay. My expectations weren't met. Was it masterful? Yes. Was it brilliant, intelligent, genius on a level with all the symbolism, like you said? Absolutely. I just felt like it wasn't big enough. And maybe that's my fault.
No.
But I'm coming from seeing Beyonce perform, seeing Prince, seeing Michael Jackson, seeing Usher last year and all the shit that he did up there. I personally think the Usher performance was better, but it's for different reasons. That's the difference with me. I see why people liked it. I get why people love it so much. I get where Kendrick was coming from and what his purpose was, and his mission was definitely accomplished there. Just for me watching Super Bowl halftimes, that's not what I expected to see. And I feel like I've seen him perform at a higher level on other stages. So why didn't you do it here? But
Oh,
again,
I get it.
I get it.
Here's my take on why. Now, you're saying he performed and brought out all the bells and whistles on other stages. You know why? It's because he was performing for the people who actually wanted to come see him.
Very
See?
good, yeah, very valid
Right?
point. Very
Think about
valid.
it. I
Very
mean,
valid.
look at the concert that he did that we were talking about, how he was singing Not Like Us. He sang it 6 times in a row. And every single time he sang it, it got bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where he brought all these all-stars onto the stage and they were dancing. You know what I'm saying? Those folks wanted to hear it. They wanted, that's what made the whole event bigger
Absolutely.
on that stage. It was the aura of the people, not even the performance.
No, because to me, I would compare those two performances together. The one was more ghetto, like the first pop out was more ghetto than the Super Bowl one.
Yeah,
but the Super Bowl one to me was a polished version of that.
It was.
I don't know if you remember. I don't remember if it was the Grammys or what it was, but he did a performance where he did a jail sequence. You remember that?
Grammys. Yeah,
I think it was the Grammys.
Yeah,
that's what I envisioned that, but even bigger than that to take place, and that was a message as well.
Yeah, but I think that stage is different, though. You know what I'm saying? For instance, we'll go back to probably one of the greatest entertainers of all time, Michael Jackson.
Yes.
How he put on a show at the Super Bowl, amazing. Right? But he had to get to that Super Bowl level. He wasn't doing Super Bowl levels when he was performing on the Grammys. No, he gave you Grammy levels, but the Grammy level was still, wow, right?
Yeah,
and then his other concerts, again, were at a concert level, but it was still wow. Again, Kendrick wasn't trying to wow people. He was
trying to send a message.
He was trying to send a message. He's trying to educate people. If he wanted to wow people, he had the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Right. He had to look at even what was it? Snoop and them. They really didn't do much during that. Dr. Dre and them, they did their Super Bowl thing. It wasn't crazy. The reason
but I liked it, but it wasn't crazy.
You know why you liked it? Because of the nostalgia.
And the music. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be my other criticism would be that he didn't do the hits that I wanted to hear. Kendrick's didn't, but again, that's what it was part of the purpose.
Exactly.
You know what I truly expected, and even a better comparison is he performed with Beyonce the year she did, and he came out. That section there was what I kind of thought I would
anticipated.
See. That type of level of again, theatrics. But salute. Again, mission accomplished. I hate that Drake is getting this beating that he's getting. But hey, brother.
But again, it wasn't about him though. It wasn't about him.
And that's true too. He was just a byproduct of the message.
Yeah.
And again, people are using him for the symbol.
And like I said, the funny thing is how everybody, again, people who are not of that type of genre and not wanting to see that type of music were complaining about what's this, why is this here? Meanwhile, probably a week before, he won how many Grammys for the song that everybody and you're telling me he didn't deserve to be there? This man,
no, he definitely deserves it.
This man, amongst his peers, both white, black, and whoever, was voted to have the album of the year. Do not come and tell me that he did not deserve to be on that.
No, it was an album though. It was an album.
Sorry,
it was all for the one song.
Record of the year. Sorry, record and performance of the year. Yes,
performance of the year.
Yeah, right. So we had all those accolades for one song, and you're telling me he doesn't deserve to be on the stage?
Oh, he definitely deserved it. He definitely deserved it.
People said no. What's this? Come on, folks. You watch Grammys. Come on, people.
Because they only know Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Jay-Z. Like they know the top level, quote unquote, household.
They know mainstream.
Yeah. Because let's keep it a buck. It's mostly old white men that watch the Super Bowl or watch football in general.
No,
in general.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
it's understandable that
It's a
most of those people
shift
won't like
because I was seeing video clips
Yeah,
of
me too.
watch parties.
Mm-hmm.
Kids were
Mm-hmm.
going nuts, both white and black.
Mm-hmm.
Were going nuts when they heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's not for us.
Yeah, that's true.
The performance wasn't for us. It's for the next generation so they can keep them interested in the game of football.
Mm-hmm.
Who's coming next year? Who's going to perform next year?
And truthfully, listen, man, this is what we've been asking for: our representation on that level, on that stage. We can't get it the way that we want it all the time. Just be happy that it's there sometimes.
Yeah, you're not always going to get U2, Coldplay,
Yeah.
Aerosmith.
And I definitely, for
Katy
one,
Perry.
don't want that. I don't want that for one. I don't want it. Now, don't get me wrong. I think they should mix it up sometimes. I'm loving the fact that Jay-Z's getting to pick all the acts for the last, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I if it's up to me, make Jay-Z pick it for the rest of his life. But in the interest that we keep this lane open for our artists to perform there, you are going to have to share the stages with the likes of the artists that you just named. You're gonna have to.
So just imagine Linkin Park does a thing with Jay-Z because they did a collab album. Who wouldn't be upset about that? I wouldn't be upset.
That type of stuff should happen. That's the type of stuff that should happen.
You got to do
Aerosmith should come out and Run DMC.
Exactly.
That's the type of stuff. It's music. It's art.
That's
supposed to happen. Yeah.
You have to work together to make it work.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish on both ends.
On both ends. I agree.
Country's country, yeah, but you know what? You got some country stars that you can work with, the hip hop stars. Nelly's country. Yeah. I mean, I think he did a collab with another country artist, Brooks and Dunn or whatever. Then Nelly did a collab with them. So again, it's not like it's impossible.
Yeah.
You just have to be creative.
That's a fact.
That's it. Just be creative and you'll get your results. You'll get people guessing what's going to happen next. Once you find out they're guessing, you've got them.
That's a fact.
They're going to sit there and like, wait, who's coming out next? That's what people want to see. It's like, I mean, I know you're not a big wrestling fan. It's like watching the Royal Rumble that just passed.
Oh, yeah.
You're counting down 3, 2, 1. Who's coming out? Oh my gosh. I haven't seen him in 10 years. You want that excitement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why everybody was when Snoop and Dre and all those guys, when they saw Eminem come out, the place exploded. When they saw 50, the place exploded.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting it, but they came out.
Yeah.
And they made the event worth watching.
Yeah, because you don't see those guys together on stage every day. It's a very rare situation.
And that's what you should be doing. Keeping people's interest by keeping them guessing.
Yeah, I agree.
Keeping them guessing, and you'll enjoy it.
Yep.
You can never have it always spoon-fed to you and say, here, this is what we're going to present to you. Okay. No, you got to keep them on their edge because the game is just the game. A lot of people don't even watch the game. So a lot of people are tuning in for that halftime show.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to put on a show. It is a free concert.
Yeah.
A free concert. Make it the best as you can.
That's a fact.
They chose Kendrick because he's the it guy.
He's the hottest man right now. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. I wouldn't complain if they went again, if Taylor Swift was doing crazy numbers and turning heads. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked her. She deserves to be there if she's the hottest thing. Why would I complain?
Top artists like Drake deserves to be there too. Obvious.
Exactly.
Like there's a bunch of obvious people that none of us should be complaining. I think Kendrick got some of the backlash because this is his first run at this level.
Yeah.
Like this is not like us made him a household name for a lot, like you said, especially a certain generation. So I think that's what people are like, well, we never heard about this. Like, we don't know this guy's songs. And if they know his songs, they don't know him. They might know his songs, but they don't know him. So why is this guy here? I think that was the difference than previous acts. Because in previous acts, most of them were nostalgic, or they've been on the run that they're on for 10 plus years.
No, you're right. You're right.
That's the only reasoning.
They're using the name. Name to get them where they are.
That's the one. And to your point, that's the one time a lot of people are going to be able to afford to see them because it's free.
Exactly.
Quote unquote.
So that's why you have to put your best foot forward and make it work. Make it say, hey. So now, again, depending on who the star is, that person has a concert in their city. Oh, I saw him on the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Boom. If you put on a good show, you're definitely gonna make bank.
Well, that's the point of them doing it, because they don't get paid, as they say. They do it for the,
they do it for the recognition. They do it for the media coverage.
Yeah, and it's an accolade. It is an accolade to say, "Oh, I performed Super Bowl halftime, baby."
Exactly.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Exactly. Exactly. So again, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more after I actually studied what was being done, what was being said. I'm like, man, this guy, he planned it out perfectly, and it was over their heads. But again, I commend him, because again, he grabbed the youth of today and had everyone of every color and creed singing the same song at the same time.
Yeah,
and it was nice to see. It was nice to see. I hate the backlash, but it was nice to see. Kudos to them doing that.
Sure.
And I do believe, again, if Jay-Z is still rocking the selections, don't be surprised if you're going to see another hip hop type of artist.
Yeah. Because I think he has it for a 10-year run or something like that.
I believe so.
He's head of that. Like that 10-year contract or something like that. So at least, and why not? The only reason I say switch it up is just so that it doesn't end after the 10 years.
Right.
Like, well, you guys got your turn.
Yeah.
Now it's
now you're on the back burner for another
30 years, 40, 50 years of us giving you Guns N' Roses. That's what you're gonna. I just don't want that to happen. But other than, if the other way to look at it is they're gonna do that to us anyway. So get it off.
Get it all in now.
Yeah, get everybody on.
Get your best 10 in there, and then you're good.
Yeah, let's go. Get 2 Live Crew up there next year.
You know what? I think now that technology is going the way it is. I remember I think it was Coachella when they did some of these hologram acts. Did you remember the Tupac one?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they might go in their bag and bring some old schools back.
Yeah, that's not impossible, but a live performer would have to do that on their set to start.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like a duet.
I can see what I'm saying? Yeah, I can see that.
I'm telling you, because there's a lot of people who have passed.
Yeah,
and they would love to hear, receive, and hear them and perform them back. Yeah, and if they do it right, man, woo!
Depending on how good the technology is, that definitely is going to happen one day.
Oh man,
for sure.
Just imagine you have a huge set, and all of a sudden you have TLC coming up, and then you have Left Eye's track with Waterfalls, and be singing, and they see her there. I'm like, yo,
that's definitely gonna happen.
That would hit me, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That would be hitting me.
That one I can't complain about.
Dude, I'm just waiting for them to do that. I'm just waiting for them, because they have the technology. You're throwing people into space. You can definitely do that. That's
Elon definitely can make it happen. Elon. Oh, brother, we didn't even talk about it. Oh my god,
I don't want to even talk about Elon.
I don't want to talk about it today.
Off his rocker right now. I don't
want to talk about none of those guys right now.
Oh man!
Although I Devin just watched Terminator 1 and 2 the other day, and when she told me she's watching it, I was like, "This is good timing," because she's never watched them before. By the way,
okay.
So I said, "Good timing," because you're seeing what's going on in this present time. What's about to come? Elon Musk is Skynet.
Yo,
okay, I'm just telling you that from now.
They gave him the reins. A billionaire. They just said, "Yo."
There's so much there's so much that I hear, so much information that you hear nowadays. It's hard to decipher what's true and what's not, or what's propaganda, what's whatever. But quick thing on Elon and his evil plan. The purchasing of Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X, when some man said he did that to collect more data for AI that he wants to develop. We're in trouble, brother. We're in trouble, bro. We're in trouble. Because
tell her to go watch iRobot next.
When you think about what the amount of human interaction and data and information that is put on Twitter alone, and not to mention the extensions of Twitter.
But here's the thing though. That's not even like that's not even half of it, because you see
Yeah,
this device,
that's light.
you see the device here? It's off, like it's closed. It's
That
probably
mean
heard
nothing.
everything we said.
Doesn't mean a damn thing, bro.
So the minute I turn it on,
Nothing.
and I go search, say on YouTube, wherever, the first ad is probably something Tesla or something about Twitter or Elon Musk.
Everything.
These things are hearing everything.
Everything.
The camera is on when it's not on. Don't be twisted. Don't be fooled, man.
No, I'm not fooled.
They've been studying us from day one.
My lady always says she doesn't like being in front of the camera, like in front of the computer, even if it's not on, with the camera not covered up. I can't argue it. I don't care, but I can't argue it.
Now they have cameras built in that have a plastic cover to cover the actual lens now.
Yeah,
even laptops, they have little shutter things now. So because they know, they're exposing themselves. We've been connecting down for so long. You got us. Here's a shutter. There you go. Close it off if you want. There you go, guys. Here you go. I mean, it's obvious.
We got enough from you. We don't need much more. Thank you.
You got us red-handed. Here you go. Here's a shutter, folks. Here you go. I mean,
we've collected just enough.
Yeah, we're good now. We're good. Now, if you want to share, you can just pull that shutter back. No problem. It's all right. But I mean, society
scary
is in trouble.
Scary hours.
It is scary. It is. And now again, it's weird timing that we have situations in the air that are happening. Okay, we just had I think it was a plane hitting a helicopter in the U.S. And then a Delta airline flight landing in Toronto, flipping over, on its back.
Yep.
And I tell you, Slang, this definitely makes me not want to travel. I'm sorry. I was ready. I was ready. I was ready to get my Pops. I was talking to Pops today. I said, Pops, it's minus 28 degrees. He said, hey, son, why don't you come see me in Nigeria? I said, I mean, sure. But I mean, I'd love to get my passport and go. And then all of a sudden I remember, flights are falling down out of the sky and landing on their back. You know what? I'll hold off.
Bro, when it's your time, it's your time. You can't pick it. So does it that part, same thing again, because we're soon coming to Winnipeg. So I was just talking to Devin about that today, and she's like, I don't want to even talk about that, and we're gonna go on a plane soon. So whatever, man. It's your time. It's your time.
What it is.
Yeah, right. You can't escape it. So
it is.
At least that's what I believe. So it won't fear won't stop me from traveling, although I understand it. I do get, because every time I'm on the plane, I get anxiety. And when the plane's taking off and when it's landing, I'm anxious too. That's why I don't look through the window, because I don't want to see the problem coming.
You're not a window seat man.
I'll sit there, but when we're landing or taking off, I'm not looking.
Fair enough.
I'll look after we're in the air and we're just
coasting. Yeah.
I watched what's that movie where the guy looks out the window and he sees the gremlin on the wing? What movie is that?
Yeah, I remember. That was Gremlins, wasn't it?
Was it Gremlins?
I think so. When he said the Gremlins,
might have been Gremlins. I want to say it was Airplane, but it might have been.
Oh man!
But anyway, I don't want to be that guy.
I hear you. But then, like I said, I'll be watching these events unfold, and it reminds me of movies like Final Destination.
You
know, there's a new one coming out.
Oh well, of course they don't do nothing but make new ones of old shit.
They need to grasp the new generation of the old stuff they're going. Again, everything has been resized. You've said this, but it's like
from almost one time. That's like it's all coming from like the 90s, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's
everything
that was from 89 to 99 was the best time of everyone's life.
Hey, that's we grew up in that time, so we're biased.
Yeah,
but apparently everybody
movies, even politics, everything happened in that frame. Even crime.
Don't
even crime.
Innocently speaking, like if we were looking at it from an innocent lens, it is also because our generation is in positions of making these movies happen. It's like they're people of our age group are the
Yeah.
producers and the
Okay.
directors
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the whatever of these movies. So maybe that's part of what it is. Like the nostalgia is playing
They're trying
itself
to bring
out.
it back. They're
Yeah,
trying to claim back that
yeah, maybe.
nostalgia. Okay.
But I would like for them to be just more creative, man. But hey,
You know what?
whatever.
Here's the thing, and I'll be honest right now. No one's creative anymore. AI has taken away everyone's creativity. I'll be honest. I do AI to do a lot of
Um,
things too. A
Me
lot of people
too,
have
but
demanding.
I don't know if I don't I don't know if I agree.
Uh,
I
bro,
know what you're saying.
I
Okay.
see a lot of people. Again, in the corporate world, a lot of people don't realize how much AI is being used corporately. AI
No,
is being used
I agree. It is being
right.
used a lot. Absolutely.
So if they're getting off of doing that on a regular basis in the corporate world, what makes you think in the artist or creativity world they won't be doing the same thing?
I do agree. I do agree that it's being used more. What I'm
Mm-hmm.
disagreeing with is the part of it taking away creativity. I think for those that are not naturally creative, that might be true. Like it's helping them create when they couldn't do it in the first place. For those who are creative, I think it's more of a tool. So I'll give you two examples. For me, as a self-described creative or
Mm-hmm.
artist,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'd I, I'm not a graphic designer,
Okay. Right.
but I would know what I want my artwork for my album to look like.
Right.
I plug that into AI to create it for me.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make me less creative. I created the idea that I'm trying to see.
True. Okay. I hear what you're saying.
That's the creation is coming from me.
Correct.
The AI is making it a physical form, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. I get
So
what you're saying.
that's one side of me saying I'm not as creative. Like I'm not. It's not even creative. I'm not skilled in graphic design or drawing, or I'm not skilled on that form of art.
Okay. Okay.
But my creativity, I know what I think something should look like, and if I, it's not any different than me going to a graphic designer. I'm going to be doing almost the same thing. Is saying I want this to look like this. Da, 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 put the purple there and make the white
Mhm.
with the blue and put the. I'm going to tell them that same thing because I am a creative. The
But you're
person,
telling, but you're
Mhm.
telling someone to do it.
But
Correct.
that's what I'm saying. That person is no more. I'm gonna take that back. What?
I'm thinking the creativity is more artificial now than usual. That's what I'm trying to point
I
out.
would agree with that as well. I agree with that. It's more
Mhm.
artificial, and to your point, me not telling an actual another human being they don't get to put their creativity into it.
Right. Right.
Like I can relay what I want, but they got to still create from their own interpretation of
Yes.
what I'm saying.
Yes.
That part is out. But at the same time, for me, like me as the person who can't draw, it's not taken away from my creativity.
No.
It's taken
But
away from the me going to somebody to further
right,
create.
right. But you are a creative. Whereas, say for instance,
Yes.
me, I might be creative in some work, but I'm like, you know what? I want to make an album. I want to make a rap album. So I go into
Mhm,
AI. Hmm.
mhm.
Or like computers, games, and Winnipeg. Give me
Yes,
a song.
yes.
That's not being creative.
It is to an extent, but it's
You're
not
creating the idea, but you're
the
not
idea.
being
You're not
creative.
to an extent
You
you're
know what I'm
not.
saying?
You're not
Right.
flushing out your idea.
Right.
You're not completing it.
Exactly.
You have an idea. You
Exactly.
no, actually, to what you said is right. You have an idea, but you're not actually creating the idea.
Correct.
You
Correct.
came up with the I agree with that.
Yes.
So my second point was, or my second way of looking at it is as a producer now,
Mhm.
how I would use AI if I was proficient in it
Mhm.
is I have something up here,
Mhm.
very similar. I have a melody up here. I can't necessarily play it. I'm a uh, whatever Jeeves.
Mhm.
Can you play dun, 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 in the key of C,
Mm.
C chord, whatever?
Mm.
And the AI does it. Now again, a musician, an actual keyboard or piano player rather, might look at what I'm doing as cheating. I agree on one hand, but on the other hand, that would make hip hop cheating because that's me sampling, but in a different way.
And this is where I'm going to. I think you said this, but I know I've heard it before. This is where I will be playing devil's advocate on my own self
Okay.
and saying, you know what, you have the tools to use them to the best of your abilities to get what you want out of what you're wanting out of your head. Grandmaster Flash had turntables, bro, and he made music out of the turntables.
Didn't know how to
That's
play
not
an
cheating.
instrument.
Yeah,
Didn't know how to play
that's not cheating.
a quote unquote instrument because he turned the turntables into an instrument.
Exactly. So if you have the skills and the knowledge to use AI to the best of its
And the
abilities
talent.
and the talent, use it. I'm not ever going to tell anybody not to use
Yeah,
AI.
me neither.
But I know there's other people out there just, oh, well, you didn't create that. Well, I mean,
no, I don't.
Do you know how to use it? Because if you did, you could do the same thing. You're
I
not,
love
and don't talk to me.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
I think it's more of a violation. If, for example, back to the graphic designer idea, if I go to a graphic designer and tell him I want this, da, 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 and then he goes and makes AI do the whole thing without any of
Right.
his input, I think that is more of a shortcut. But for
Right.
somebody who doesn't have the talent or skill to complete their objective in terms of creativity, I don't think there's much wrong with using AI. Okay, and people might argue that it allows people without that talent to use AI to become as big as those who do have the talent.
Right.
I don't think that's true because I don't think that's true because the cream rises to the top.
The cream rises to the top.
B, if it is true, it is only because what was always true is still true. Hard work beats talent every time.
100%.
So a lot of these guys, a lot of people are saying that from a horse of, I'm so talented. I could make this. I can paint this. I could draw this. I could write this. I could do all da, 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 da. But they're not working as hard as that person who doesn't have that same God-given talent and is using AI. And that person decided to learn how to use AI. Because if you, as the talented person, learned how to use AI with your talent, there's no way that the untalented person is going to be better than you.
Never.
You guys are doing the same level of work.
You have the upper leg. If you're telling me that you're creative and they're not, and they use AI to get to where you are, why makes you think you can't use AI to get past them? You just have to put in that work. You're right. You're 100% right. You have the tools. AI is not gatekept. Everybody knows it's out there.
At least not yet.
If people have to pay for it, people can pay for it. But there's a lot of free sources that you can use to make your magic. So be smart about it. Work smarter, not harder. That's what slang says.
That's what it is.
Smarter, not harder. So now, if you match the smarter with the harder, you're making bank.
You're gonna kill the game.
Yeah,
you're gonna kill the game.
Cheat code. You'll have the cheat code.
Yeah. Most artists just don't want to work hard because that's why they chose art. Because it's a system rebellion. We don't have to. Artists are not supposed to live by the parameters of the social structure.
Correct.
We're supposed to reflect and explore and comment on the social structure.
Now, one last thing. Do you think, just to close it out, do you think AI is making society lazy? And I mean, of all aspects, be it arts, finances, even politics. Do you think it's making us lazy because we're depending on it too much? I use it to help me, verify how do I speak in emails. It's a great proofreader for you, or a great grammar checker for you. But I mean, there's other things that people do. Like, I mean, in the music industry, there's a lot of people who use the AI, and some of the music's not that great because it doesn't have that passion. It doesn't have that
Yeah.
oomph to move you. It's just putting out a product. Do you think we're getting lazy?
My I want to say yes, yes and no, because again,
Mhm.
a hammer could be a weapon or it could be a tool, right?
Mm.
So yes, in that it's yes, in that it's not different than the comparison of kids don't know how to write in cursive anymore because kids don't write,
Mm. True.
right? So is a
Very
cell
true.
phone, does a cell phone or the texting make us lazy? Yes, because a lot of kids don't know how to spell because they don't have to spell full words anymore when they're communicating
Mm.
with people. So yes, on that spectrum or that side of it, it
Mhm.
is making us lazy. On the other side of it, again, if you're using it, if they use it in education in a quote unquote correct way, it's only enhancing your ability to learn or retain information. Or
Right.
even better than that, or maybe not even better, because
Mhm.
that's also arguable. You don't have to retain information anymore. I just have to
It's
pick up
true.
my phone and type it in, and I'll find
True.
it, which is a good and a bad thing. Because sometimes
True.
me coming from the generation we come from, I
Mhm.
feel I'm like, no, I gotta remember. I gotta remember. What is that?
Right.
I gotta remember before I Google it. And
Right.
sometimes it's saying, I just want to Google it. I just want to Google it. So
Right.
give and take. What do you
I
think?
hear you. No, I think honestly, it is making us lazy. Lazy. That's how it is. It is
Mhm.
making us lazy,
Okay.
and to the point where it might even it might be putting people in positions that they don't deserve because AI
Mm,
makes them sound that good or look that good. I mean, I'm like I
mm,
said, I'm in a position now where I'm doing interviews and I'm reading resumes. I'm like, okay, so then you go and do the interview. I'm like, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
mhm, mhm,
So anybody can jump on and uh and make a resume off of AI to make them look good. But
mhm,
I mean, that's it. That's all it can do. So it it's this lazy. Some people think, you know what, I'm just going to do this and let it take me off to where I want to be. Hmm.
mhm.
I think it's really it's really taking away from, like I said, the creativity, the hard
Mhm.
work that people have done in generations before. So,
Yeah,
and
it's I see it both ways. Yeah, I see that. I see that.
and just again, and they're even now teaching, I think, courses in a lot of schools and whatnot how to use AI. And those type of people are going to be taking away jobs from people who, you know, put in the blood, sweat, and the tears in certain jobs,
Uh,
worked, 10 years to be a doctor, only to be replaced by an AI who can diagnose this. Yes, there's benefits of that,
mhm,
but there's also what happened to the effort. What's the point of people going to school now if they don't want if they're not needed anymore? You know what I'm saying? That's just my take.
and that's the scary part. Like, yeah, which we are. It's gonna be jobs are gonna get obsolete. Certain jobs are gonna be obsolete with
Working
this.
from home.
Yeah, a lot of teachers may go,
Hmm.
professors may go. But like, really, if we really institute this idea of AI and how far it can go, it could go
Hmm.
that far. It could go
Hmm.
that far. Like robots is AI. We're talking about all kind of public sector jobs being,
Gone.
phased out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gone.
yeah,
Guarantee. Guarantee.
yeah.
But it
Why
is
pay
what
a
it
why
is.
pay a man to lift box when you can pay a robot who's not gonna get tired? And you don't have to pay him.
And again, there's give and take to all that. And I know
Yeah.
we're going off a tangent, but you know what? I saw robot dogs
Yeah,
that are
they
being
delivered.
used out there. And I'm like, those are the ones that are gonna be using them to sniff out the bombs and stuff like that and track off this stuff so they don't have to be actually lose people
Right,
in a
right,
situation. So I see the
right.
plus.
Yes.
I see the plus.
There's definitely
There's
plus.
but there's always a negative.
There's always a
There's
negative.
always a good to the bad. There's
Balance.
always, yeah,
Level is spelled both the same backwards and forwards, as
most
Nori
deaf,
says.
most deaf.
But yeah.
But yeah, man, that's it. That's all for us, man. Another great show. We got a lot of topics out there. Hey, shout out to Slang doing it up again with me, and he's going to come to the Peg this coming week.
We'll try to get in the show. I don't know what this, I'm
We'll
just
see
a
what the time
visitor.
frame is.
I'm just a visitor, so we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes. But we'll try to get.
Don't worry.
We'll
If we
definitely
can,
link, but we'll try to
if
get
we
in the show.
can, we will. But if not, it's just good to see him in the city. That's what we're saying. It's gonna be good to have him in the city.
Warm it up, Winnipeg. I'm coming. Warm up.
There you have it, folks. There you have it. That's it. That's all. Again, Sergeant for the Ginger Hue. We on Facebook. We on YouTube. We on Instagram. We're on TikTok. My man Slang. Your boy Sir Tokes. That's it. That's all. Peace and love. We out. Peace.